Can you just explain how this is a bullish channel for those of us who aren't pro swing traders like yourself? Yeah, like
Yes.
it's fleeing, like it's going down, right? Like the trend is downward. How
Correct.
bullish?
This oil chart breakdown is telling me that the U.S. economy is starting to slow quickly.
Overall, then, what is your most bullish asset for this year still?
So bullish asset, I would say. So I'm going to give you a new one. Okay. So obviously gold. That's been my most bullish one. That's the one that I favored. That's the one that I have. I have a lot of physical gold, etc. And longer term gold holdings. And one of them that's a sleeper that I think people are forgetting about is palladium.
Okay, so you are, I guess, short-term neutral to bullish on Bitcoin. Then do you have a target for us?
Wait a minute, everyone. Welcome to Bitcoin Zella, your platform for daily cryptocurrency analysis and news. Our mission is to keep it simple. Bitcoin Zella offers engaging information that is easy to understand. Our analysts keep their eyes on the latest news to provide valuable insights via email. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Join our community of 10,000 subscribers and experience the new edge with Bitcoin Zella. Subscribe now. Let's join Gareth in this interview about these topics and more.
The only negative to Bitcoin right now, and there are some positives, I want to be clear on that. In fact, the chart itself is bullish, right? It is neutral to bullish on the chart. But the negative is the Nasdaq's hitting all-time highs, the S&P's hitting all-time highs. Bitcoin right now is not. So it is lagging the risk-on factors here. Now, the bigger question would be is if the Nasdaq drops 10%, does maybe Bitcoin not drop 10%, in which case that would be a positive for Bitcoin. But right now, it's lagging. On a positive side, there's a channel here on the chart, and this is known as a bullish channel. It's a big move up with a lot of digestion. That's what creates the channel. You can see the lows align and the highs align. And so basically what you're looking for is a breakout above 69,000. If we can get that, then Bitcoin probably rips right to 74 and honestly probably even higher. But in general, if you looked at 100 of these patterns or 1,000 of these patterns, these sideways channels after big runs, I would say about 75% of them break to the upside.
Wait, sorry, can you just explain how this is a bullish channel for those of us who aren't pro swing traders like yourself? Yeah, like it's fleeing, like it's going down, right? Like the trend is downward. How
Correct.
bullish?
Correct. So what you do is you look for the bigger move. So what was the bigger move? We went from about 38,000 at the low here after the spot ETF, the fall, and we went all the way to 74. So the bigger move, the kind of like the dynamic or the major move was to the upside. And then you're getting a lot of sideways, essentially digestion. Think about this as a marathon. So a runner started down here and ran the marathon. You can't say, hey, go run another marathon the second they finish. What do? They pause, they sit down, they refuel, they eat, which is the consolidation pattern formation. And then they can make their next run to the upside and go on their merry way. So I think that's really important. This is what we call a classic bullish consolidation channel pattern.
Okay, so you are, I guess, short-term neutral to bullish on Bitcoin. Then do you have a target for us?
Yeah, so basically what you're looking for, so you're neutral to bullish right now because you're inside, which means you can still bounce around inside of here. You could go down a little, you could go up a little. The bear case would be any sort of break of this low channel line right down here, which is around 56,000. That would be a failure of the bullish pattern, and you'd probably get a move down to 50K on that. Now, if you can break to the upside of the channel, which is around 69, then all of a sudden it's game on, full out bullish, and you'll stop maybe at 74, the all-time high. But I even think it blows right through that and continues up much, much higher.
Well, why the change in over the last couple of months? You were more neutral to bearish, I remember.
Yeah, so when we were at these highs, right, when we were up at 70, it's probably one of the last times we talked when we were up in near these all-time highs. You know, it was an extended move. We were into significant resistance on the chart. In fact, if you go back here to the previous all-time high, I remember one of the theses that I gave you was that the previous high here in 2021 was 65,000, and we made a $4,000 higher move to 69,000. And then if you add 4,000 to 69, you get basically 73 to 74. So after such a significant move on Bitcoin straight up to 74, it made sense to be bearish, neutral to bearish for a pullback. But now again, as we digest and we're not collapsing, it starts to make me a little bit more neutral to bullish. Now again, just please understand everyone, because this is key. If we do break this lower trend line here, then that kills the bullish side, and the bears essentially take over for a dip down to 50 at least.
Okay, so it's just a matter of seeing how this channel breaks out, either to the downside or upside. That makes sense. But if you look at the two prior peaks, though, both peaks have been followed by this massive decline, right? This crash.
They have been, and I think the bear case in my head. I mean, again, this is kind of not saying the chart itself is the chart. My only bear case for Bitcoin, where I could honestly see it go back to 50 or even 30, would be if the stock market really collapses. Like if you told me in 12 months from now the Nasdaq is down 40% off of its highs, I would be like, okay, Bitcoin's probably at 30,000 right now. But again, that's only contingent if we see the risk market start to collapse down.
Morgan sees limited upside for Bitcoin due to key factors. Bitcoin's price growth is expected to be limited. Low interest in spot Bitcoin ETF, especially in Hong Kong. Mining costs remain high post-halving. Hong Kong's crypto ETF underperform, unlike the US. High fees and delayed hash rate drop keep mining costs at $45,000 per coin. Morgan's analysis points to limited growth for Bitcoin amid these challenges. Bitcoin ETF volumes hit $5.65 billion, pushing BTC prices close to $67,000. Nearly 1,000 U.S. firms pulled Bitcoin ETF.
We are now borderline breaking and in the process of breaking this key support. And so I actually think that oil is going to go down. But the key is this, is that everyone assumes oil's going down just because it's going down. I think it's going down because smart money knows that the U.S. economy is slowing very quickly. And I also can attribute Jerome Powell's comments yesterday where he was surprisingly dovish compared to what the PPI data had shown. And to me, I think he knows that the U.S. economy is starting to slow quickly, and thus he is kind of saying, hey, listen, I can't tell you we're going to cut a lot because inflation is still high, but at the same time, we're certainly not going to be raising anytime soon, and therefore the markets, again, are happy. But again, this oil chart breakdown is telling me that the U.S. economy is starting to slow quickly.
Michael Burry, famed for predicting the 2007 subprime mortgage crisis, invests heavily in gold, purchasing 440,000 Sprott physical gold trust units valued at $10 million by the end of Q1. Burry's Sign Asset Management buys 440,000 Sprott physical gold trust units, worth $10 million. A closed-end fund holding physical gold bullion, targeting investors seeking gold exposure without handling the metal. Burry's move reflects renewed investor interest in gold amid global economic uncertainty. Financial analysts anticipate a potential upside in gold prices, citing geopolitical and economic factors. Better Markets, a financial nonprofit organization, cautions against approving a spot Ether ETF, citing risks to the broader financial system. In a comment letter to the SEC, it highlights concerns about intertwining crypto with traditional finance, citing systemic risks seen with Bitcoin products. Better Markets opposes spot Ether ETF approval. Approval could intertwine crypto with traditional finance, posing broader risks. Criticizes SEC's approval of Bitcoin ETF, citing fraud concerns. Points to extreme price swings in Bitcoin, indicating potential volatility in Ether. Approval could exacerbate systemic risks introduced by Bitcoin ETF. In Q1 2024, Canon Incorporated reported $35.1 million in revenues, with costs totaling $72.4 million, resulting in a gross loss of $37.3 million. However, an unrealized gain of $33.6 million from cryptocurrency value changes helped reduce the net loss to $39.4 million. Canon Incorporated earned $35.1 million in Q1 2024, with costs at $72.4 million, resulting in a gross loss of $37.3 million. An unrealized gain of $33.6 million from cryptocurrency value changes helped reduce the net loss to $39.4 million. Despite lower revenues and costs compared to Q1 2023, Canon Incorporated demonstrated improved performance. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.